What's up, everybody? It's your second favorite platyperson. And I was thinking this morning, the reason why we call ourselves platypuses, or is it platypi or platypeople? Oh, whatever. The point is that we don't do much. Much like the platypus, we don't do much. Again, you still might not know what that means. For those of you that ever watched the Disney Channel or Disney XD with Phineas and Ferb, on one of the episodes there, well, in every episode they say that Perry the platypus doesn't do much, but in one of the episodes, I believe it's called Grease Lightning, there was a bit in there where I think Perry was watching like a movie by Doofenshmirtz, and the narrator was talking about platypuses, or is it platypi or platypeople? Oh, whatever. So in the very first video that we posted, I was kind of introducing ourselves, and I mentioned that, you know, we don't do much. And so that was the first thing that popped into my head, and I said that, you know, right as I was filming it, right at the top of my head. So I don't know, it just kind of stuck. So mystery solved. As you may have noticed by now, I'm riding the Ninja 400 today, and that's because Spacebun and I decided to switch places. So I'm riding her Ninja 400 and she's riding the ZX-10R. I don't know where I'm going this morning. I'm just kind of meandering. Go ahead and hit like if you don't need a destination to get out and ride your bike. So I know Spacebun has been feeling a little cooped up in the house lately with the pandemic and the social distancing. She's been staying inside the house pretty much all day, every day. How are you guys doing with it? I get to go out and have some fun, but a lot of you guys are staying inside and going crazy. I had this one friend, let's call him Larry. I know he's going stir crazy. He's got cabin fever, him and his family. He's posting videos on Facebook with Muppets. He's a regular puppeteer now. You know, it was funny. I'm popping the front wheel up on this bike is a little bit more nerve-wracking than on my bike, because on my bike, like, I'm already going 40 miles an hour, but on this one I do it, you know, right after I start off, and so it's kind of like a jerk. It feels like more of a jerk when I do it. So it's a little bit more scary for me to do it on this one, which is it's funny because you've got to be going faster on the other one. You would think that going faster would be scarier. I'm just having fun. I like riding this bike sometimes because it's nice and light and nimble, and I don't have to, I don't know, it's not that I feel more comfortable on this one, it just feels a little bit more playful. I don't know, I don't even think that's the right word for it, because like, I feel like my bike is pretty playful because I've been getting pretty comfortable with it lately. I don't know, this bike is just so different. So I guess I have an equal amount of fun on both bikes. I wonder how Space Bun's doing with the ZX-10. I have a hard time comparing this Ninja 400 to my old Ninja 300 for two reasons, because it's been so long since I've ridden the Ninja 300, and then also because I got used to my ZX-10 in between riding the Ninja 300 and then riding this one, so it feels like I'm comparing this one to the ZX-10 as opposed to comparing to the Ninja 300, because I just plain old can't remember what it feels like. And you can sure run through the gears a lot quicker on this one too, and still only be doing 50 miles an hour. Anybody else watching this video have a Ninja 400? Let me know what you think about it. What is your opinion on this bike? Down in the comments. I love it. I think it's a great first bike. Heck, even second, third, sixth, seventh bike. It's fun. Man, Space One is right. This seat is not that comfortable after a while. So what's everybody's plans after we can all get outside and go about our regular everyday lives? I don't think our habits are really going to change much. We're pretty much hermits as it is. And I keep going out riding by myself, or, you know, with other people, but without Space Bun. And like yesterday I was out riding, and when I came back I was like, man, it's just really not the same without her. Like, yeah, it's still fun to ride, but I don't know. And then I keep thinking about one of our videos. Which one was it? I think it was Space Bun Whiskey Throttles was the video I'm thinking of. But we had mentioned, like, what would you... Space Bun said, what would you do if I wasn't here?
Can you imagine if you're just riding around by yourself all the time?
And I was like, well, it probably wouldn't be as much fun or as interesting to watch. Yeah, it wouldn't be nearly as fun or entertaining. I don't know if we're entertaining now. With me just talking to myself, and then now look, that's what I'm doing, you know. Time and unforeseen occurrence befall us all, right? Back then, we had no idea that this would be happening, so. like downshifting is gonna do anything. Dang it. I don't know what I thought that was gonna do. There was like literally no change in velocity at that point. But it's okay, I love it. It's very forgiving, this bike. I guess that's the biggest takeaway. And that's probably why it's so great to learn on, is it's very forgiving. Is that like a backhanded compliment, you think? You don't realize how many people out here in Vegas own horses until you come out here in between the rural houses out here. I mean, not really rural, but up in the northwest there's some houses with a little bit of land. What's over here? I don't think I've ever been over here. This is like really secluded right here though. I'm not saying I would, but I'm just saying this might be a good place to practice wheelies. So there's two things that I've realized or noticed lately that I take for granted, having only owned Kawasaki's. The first thing that I've noticed is that Kawasaki's have this feature, or at least the newer ones from 2013 for the Ninja 300 I had to current, but they have this feature called a positive neutral finder. And on most motorcycles, when you want to get into neutral, you have to move it a half click between first and second gear. And a lot of times people overshoot it, or they have to like really delicately focus and do it. I'm sure there's people that can just do it without thinking as well. Anyway, but Kawasaki's have this feature called positive neutral finder, which if you're at a dead stop, you can click it up from first and it'll stop in neutral, and it'll do it from second down as well. So it'll stop there in neutral, so you don't have to fidget around with the shifter or guess if you're in neutral, even though there's a green light that says you're in neutral. But it never occurred to me that other manufacturers or makes of bikes don't have that feature. And I'm not sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm not sure that even a lot of people even know about it. Because I think that it's only a Kawasaki thing. I posted on our Facebook group a couple months ago. I was like, does anybody else make a bike that has a feature similar to the positive neutral finder on Kawasaki's? And I don't remember ever getting a clear answer on that. So that's one thing I take for granted, because if I was to ever ride another bike besides a Kawasaki, I feel like I would be fidgeting trying to get it into neutral. And the second thing that I realize that I take for granted is that, again, newer Kawasaki's, and I know that other bikes have this as well, they have what's called a slipper and assist clutch. So the slipper part of it, when you're downshifting, you can let the clutch out and it won't skid the back tire if you do it really fast. It'll slip the clutch a little bit, just enough to where you don't lock up the rear tire downshifting really fast. And the assist part of it is that under hard acceleration, it kind of clamps down tighter on the clutch discs. And the way I realized that I take that for granted is because my friend MC Muppet, who I hadn't ridden with in a long time, he's got an 07 Suzuki, 06 or 07, and his does not have a slipper clutch. And so he was trying to tell me one time we were out riding that he doesn't like downshifting into first, because if he doesn't do it right, it skids the rear tire. And I didn't get it at first. I was like, how? I don't understand, you know. It didn't make sense to me how it's happening to him. And then I realized, oh, he doesn't have a slipper clutch. So he's got to be more careful when he downshifts into first. And see, I can downshift into first just like that, and I don't skid the rear tire. And the same thing with my ZX-10. I don't got to worry about that. And so I take that for granted because, again, if I was ever to ride another bike that didn't have that, you know, I might be in trouble trying to downshift into first at a high speed, you know? So, just a couple things I noticed lately. I don't know. You guys think I'm spoiled on a Kawasaki? I know there's going to be some Kawasaki haters out there. Alright, so that'll be it for today. Hope you guys liked it. A little meander through Northwest Town. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I wasn't ready.